Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be telling you guys how you can find all the rare and exotic vehicles in Grand Theft Auto Online within a matter of seconds. So you guys are looking at this map that I've got up right now, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, this looks really familiar to the GTA map and its kind of interface. Well, that's exactly what it is. So in the description, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave a link to this program. So this requires a PC, which I'm sure many of you guys have access to. All you have to do is download and install this program. It's super easy. I ran across this the other day when I was looking for an easier way to find some of the more rare cars that I was looking for a stream, and this program is incredibly easy. Now, I'm not affiliated with it in any way whatsoever, and I can vouch for it. It's safe. It's not going to do anything crazy to your computer, and it's basically just a program that looks like the Grand Theft Auto Online map, except it tells you exactly where all the rare and exotic vehicles are. So, for example, let's take a look at this one right here. So this is the cemetery, and we know there's only one vehicle spawned there, and it's the Chariot Romero hearse. Now, we get a photo of what it looks like, and we also get three things. We get the time of day in which it appears at, between 9 and then 1600, and then you have the price at which you could sell it at the Los Santos custom shop, followed up by its rarity. So this one is full rare, which means it is very difficult to spawn. And then sometimes they'll give you some things underneath here, like 90% spawn rate when approached with the same vehicle. So this vehicle actually requires another Romero hearse in order to spawn in the game. So let's take a look at some of these rare vehicles, and I figured we'd start on the bottom of the map and just make our way up. Again, if you want to use this for yourself, you can. At the Simeon docks, we have one rare vehicle, and that is the Karen Delante Patrol, and it can be seen between 2300 hours and 4 a.m., and it is scarce. So this is a pretty rare Merryweather Prius, which I think is pretty cool. To the left of that, at the Merryweather docks, we have the Submarine, which spawns at any time. You can see some of them are normal, some of them are scarce. You'll see the differences as we go between these videos. Now, you guys probably know where some of these gang cars are located. This gives you a great idea if you're looking between the differences between maybe a Tornado or a Peyote. You can see the differences in the spawn, but also the differences in the money you'll make if you go ahead and sell them in the Los Santos custom shop. Now, the ones that are at $999, the user of this program doesn't know how much they sell for. That's not the cheapest amount you're going to get. They just don't know. But you can see, look at the different variety of cars that actually spawns here. Some you can't sell, which will be marked by 0 because they're pretty rare vehicles. But this is pretty cool. And some other vehicles like the Dukes that you would typically have to buy, like the Huntley, the Pagale, and the Dinka Ballista Compact, all spawn at this location within this blue area. So that's pretty awesome. Those are some rare vehicles you probably didn't know ended up spawning there. Moving over to the left at this location right here, we have the Peyote and the Mañana, and you can see the differences in price. They spawn at the exact same time, exact same rarity, but there's almost $6,000 worth of differences. And if you're going to sell this, you obviously want the one that costs more. Moving over to the left, we have a Vapid Peyote Bronze. Again, not all that special there, same car, although it is scarce, so you can see it is a higher rarity level. And over here, we have more green vehicles too, Buccaneer, Peyote, Tornado, and Mañana, all with unique and different prices. At this location down here, kind of near the airport, we have a couple other vehicles like the Panto, the Rhapsody, the Warner, Dukes, Pagale. So those are the same vehicles that can be seen right there. So again, pretty cool. If we move over here to the Los Santos custom shop at the airport, there is a green and a purple Infernus that can actually be spawned here. You actually can't store them, but if you're looking for them, you can see how rare they are. So you won't see those in online all that often. Moving over to Vespucci Beach, you can obviously get the Nagasaki Lifeguard Blazer. Pretty rare as it's scarce. The same can be found in this location, and then a normal one can actually be found on this location right there, which I thought was pretty cool. Moving over to the beach, we can actually see a rare version of the Pfister Comet that's actually been pre-upgraded. Now, like this one, you can see it says this vehicle cannot be sold in Los Santos Customs, and it can only be found between 9 o'clock and 1600, so that's pretty cool. Moving inside the city at this Los Santos custom shop right here, there are 4 vehicles that spawn here that are all pretty rare. You can see this is the DeClasse Sabre Turbo. It also shows all the upgrades on there too, which is really, really nice. The Vapid Dominator, which sells for $17,000, making it one of the most expensive vehicles you can actually find and sell. And then, of course, the 2 rare Infernuses that you cannot sell too. So those are pretty much the ones that you're going to find that will allow you to sell them immediately. Working our way to the Vinewood Los Santos custom shop, there's two other vehicles here, the Impante Ruiner in yellow, which sells for a little over $8,000, and then the Impante Ruiner in green, which sells for a little over $9,000. Then, of course, the two Infernuses right there that you can't sell. Just above that, we have the pink limo. Again, this one's pretty rare too. You can see it can't be sold, and it only spawns at night, 2300 and 4 a.m. Again, pretty cool stuff right there. If we move up here, this is where the yellow and purple Sentinel spawn. You're going to want to go for the purple one as it can be made for more money, although they don't have the price the yellow one. But you can also see when it spawns there only at night too. Moving over a little bit to the right, there are two vehicles that actually spawn here that are pretty rare. You obviously can't sell them because they're supercars and sports cars, the Debauchee Rapid GT and the Coil Voltic. And you can see those are the spawns that they have with some crazy pink wheels and crazy upgrades and customization. So that's pretty cool. And then over here, you can see we either have the tour bus or the stretch limo. It just depends on the time of the day. And obviously you can't sell those either. If we move up into the hills, this is where you're going to find some of the rarest vehicles in the game. This is the gold Benefactor Dubsta and the chrome Benefactor Dubsta. And these can be sold for over $20,000 each. Now, the program we're using isn't going to reflect that, but it is still pretty cool. These are the hardest vehicles to find in the game, in my opinion. Moving up to the racetrack right here, the only real thing that spawns here of interest is a bulldozer. It spawns 24 hours a day. It's really not all that hard to find. Just above that, though, is where we will find two more vehicles that are pretty rare and that you can sell. The Vapid Sand King XL in yellow and in blue. So the blue one is going to get you a little bit more money. So that's the one you obviously want to try and go for. But the yellow one is still pretty nice at over 15,000. Blue one close to 17,000. So that's pretty awesome. They spawn in that like RV parking lot, as you can kind of see up here. If we go over to the right, you can see a very common to classic game burrito spawns there. Not all that interesting at all. And then if we go to the quarry, you'll obviously find the HVY dumps, which are $1 million in game. So if you don't want to spend $1 million to get one of these, you can grab one at the quarry right here. If we move up to where Trevor's located at Sandy Shores, you can see the only thing that spawns here is the police riot at the police station. And what's interesting about this vehicle is it has one body armor for each person who enters it. That's probably a cool feature you might not have known about this vehicle. If we make our way up to Paleto Bay at the Los Santos Custom Shop, we actually have the Rat Loader in yellow. Now, it says this vehicle cannot be sold at the LSC, but I know for a fact it can. So this one's pretty rare. It's scarce. It's for nearly $13,000, which is pretty cool, and that's what it will look like right there. Just over to the left, we have another HVY Dozer location. Farther to the left of that, we also have a Dozer location. This orange car has our yellow and blue Sand Kings again. So these guys actually spawn at two locations, which is kind of cool. And keep in mind, they only spawn during like the daytime. So some of these times will only happen at very unique hours. So you need to keep that in mind. And to the left of that, we also have another police riot because there is a police station located in Paleto Bay. Moving down, this is actually the Rusty Tornado. This is the Mariachi Tornado, the Thelma and Luis one that drives off the cliff. So this one doesn't sell for all that much, but it is incredibly rare. As you can see, it only spawns at one particular time, 1900 hours on this cliff, and you have to shoot them out and you have to deal with the cops. So it is definitely pretty interesting. If we move over to the beach over here on North Chumash, a lot of cars spawn over here. Not necessarily ones that you want to sell, but are pretty rare. Like a BF Surfer in yellow, one that's in a cyan color, but even though that one gets up to $8,000, this one is in red. And then a couple BF Biftas too, one in chrome, one in yellow, Kenneth Kalahari's too, and then Nagasaki Blazer. So those are all pretty rare, and they spawn later in the day, in the afternoon, as you can see by their times right there. So those all occur in northern Chumash. And that right there is it, guys. Now, there might be some other vehicles that could be on this list, but I haven't found a more comprehensive and easier map than something like this. So if you guys feel like you can find any more or anything like that, be sure to let us know in the comment section down below. But in my opinion, this is the best and the fastest way to pretty much find any rare vehicle you want in the game, know exactly where it spawns and some of the cool features of it. Like, for example, this one, it says this gang vehicle belongs to the family gang. So that's pretty cool. I like how it just tells you little interesting things regarding the cars themselves. Like this belongs to the Ballas, this belongs to the Vagos, stuff like that. So I think this is amazing. Again, I'll leave a link to it in the description if you want to check it out for yourself. This is great for those rare car collectors, but it's also great for those people that are looking to make a couple extra bucks in the LSC by potentially selling some pretty cool and rare vehicles. So anyways, let me know in the comment section down below what you think of this. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go and enjoy this video, though, a like rating would of course be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new or you like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.